This is probably the slowest you'll see me turn. It's a challenge my grandfather used to set. He used to say, if you can produce a male and a female piece that fit together by eye, it's a good challenge, not only for your ability, but for your skill to visualise a shape. So I've took a piece of scrap 2-inch pine here, which you might have noticed a shake in it. Rough it out first, then I mark transitional points. And then cut in straight. Obviously there's a skew on the bevel, so this peeling cut puts a taper on the dowel, so you have to go back to make it parallel. So the first job is to pretty much rough everything out close to what you think. You'll spend plenty of time looking at the shapes and toying. As I say, don't take too much off, you can't put it back on. You have to keep visualising the shape. So I now cut the bead. Again, no rushing. This isn't a speed challenge, this is an accuracy challenge. No reason why you have to use a skew to do it. You can use the gouge if you want. When I turn these shapes, I'm looking predominantly at the top of the workpiece so I can see the shape that I've turned. I've always trying to visualise what I'm doing. I now rough cut the cove. Again, not taking aggressive cuts, taking small cuts, because once you've took it off you can't put it back on. Again, even more so on this particular shape, I'm looking at the top of the workpiece to see the shape I'm producing. As I said, this is a difficult challenge, and obviously turning this piece at this end has got to match the piece at the other end. You can't quite marry it up exactly, so often you just step back, a little look and assess it. Again, just small amounts at a time. Constantly leaning back to have a little look to see what you think. So, it's one of them challenges. Once you've finished it, cut it in half, you can't put it back. So I'm constantly trying to assess if this will marry up the other side. Probably 25 years since I last did this. So using the skew, you can quite often just have a little gauge of the sizes. Use anything you want to visualise it. As I say, these tiny minor adjustments wouldn't make a scrap of difference if you was turning a piece that was only need to look right. So when you feel you've got what you want, cut it in half and we're going to compare the two halves. Moment of truth, no going back now. And there we have a reasonable match. Not quite perfect, but